Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. So, big news for all those looking to immigrate to Canada, especially if you're targeting the express entry system. Yeah, there's been a new draw as of October 7th, 2024, and the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada IRCC has just issued 1,613 invitations to apply, ITAs, for permanent residency. Pretty exciting, right? Let's break it all down and see what this means for you and your immigration plans. The basics of the latest express entry draw. In this specific draw, which took place at 15:02 and 50 seconds Universal Time Coordinated on October 7, 2024, the Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, was the focus. If you're familiar with express entry, you'll know that the PNP is one of the key pathways to get permanent residency in Canada. This draw was aimed at individuals with a comprehensive ranking system, CRS, score of 743 or higher. So, if you're someone who's been tracking your CRS score and are under the PNP, well, the good news is that you were in the pool for this particular draw. The tie-breaking rule for this draw was March 22, 2024 at 18:36 and 54 seconds Universal Time Coordinated, which means if two or more candidates had the same CRS score, the one who submitted their profile before this specific date and time would have been invited. Okay, let's pause here for a second. I know some of you might be wondering, what exactly is a PNP draw, and how does it work under the express entry system? I got you covered on that, so stick around because we're going to dive into that in just a bit. But before we go any further, let's take a quick look at the key details from today's draw. Program: Provincial Nominee Program, PNP. Number of ITAs issued: 1,613. CRS score cutoff: 743. Date and time of draw: October 7, 2024, 15:02 and 50 seconds Universal Time Coordinated. Tie-breaking rule: March 22, 2024 at 18:36 and 54 seconds Universal Time Coordinated. Got that? Cool. Now, let's dig into more details and see how this fits into the overall express entry landscape in 2024. CRS score distribution in the express entry pool. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the CRS score distribution in the express entry pool. This is important because it gives you an idea of where you stand compared to other candidates. The CRS score is a key factor in determining whether or not you'll get invited to apply for permanent residency. Here's the breakdown of the CRS scores in the pool right now. CRS score range, number of candidates: 601, 1200, 1656, 501 to 600, 11,800, 451 to 560, 2,853, 491 to 500, 11,815, 481 to 490, 12,236, 471 to 480, 14,729, 461 to 470, 12,818, 451 to 460, 11,255, 401 to 450, 54,313, 441 to 450, 10,845, 431 to 440, 11,804, 421 to 430, 10,340, 411 to 420, 10,707, 401 to 410, 10,617, 351 to 400, 50,741, 301 to 350, 23,155, 300, 5,374. Now, it's clear from the table that the majority of candidates fall in the 401 to 450 and 451 to 500 ranges, which means these are the people who are most likely getting invited during draws. If you're hovering around those numbers or even higher, you've got a solid shot at getting an ITA in the next round. Fun fact, the PNP draw tends to have a higher CRS cutoff compared to the regular or no program specified NPS draws. This is because candidates who are nominated through a PNP get an additional 600 points added to their CRS score. So, if you're a PNP nominee, even if you're sitting at a lower score in the regular pool, the extra points can push you into the ITA territory. Pretty interesting, right? 2024 CRS score trends for targeted express entry draws. Alright, let's move on and take a look at the 2024 CRS score trends for various express entry draws. Over the course of this year, we've seen different draws with varying CRS cutoffs based on the immigration program targeted. Here are the numbers from different types of draws in 2024. General or no program specified, 9 draws, 14,445 invitations, average CRS, 536 lowest, 524 highest, 549. Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, 9 draws, 12,167 invitations, average CRS, 695, lowest, 663, highest, 743. Canadian Experience Class, CEC, 6 draws, 24,800 invitations, average CRS, 516, lowest, 507, highest, 522. French-speaking candidates, 8 draws, 20,400 invitations, average CRS, 390, lowest, 336, highest, 446. Agriculture and Agri-Food, 1 draw, 1,540 invitations, CRS cutoff, 437. Transport sector, 1 draw, 975 invitations, CRS cutoff, 430. STEM professions, 1 draw, 4,500 invitations, CRS cutoff, 491. Healthcare sector, 2 draws, 7,250 invitations, average CRS, 433.5, lowest, 422, highest, 445. Trade-specific draw, 1 draw, 1,800 invitations, CRS cutoff, 436. As you can see, the PNP draws typically have higher CRS cutoffs, with an average score of around 695 for the year. However, if you're a candidate in the Canadian Experience Class, CEC, or other specific categories, the CRS cutoffs are generally lower, which is great if you're targeting those streams. How does the Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, work under Express Entry? Now, let's go back to that question I promised to answer. How does the Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, work under the Express Entry system? So, the PNP is a little different from other immigration pathways. It's employer-driven, meaning that the provinces in Canada identify specific economic or labor market needs and nominate individuals who can fill those roles. In short, provinces select candidates who meet their local needs. If you're nominated through the PNP, you automatically get an additional 600 points added to your CRS score. Yeah, that's right, 600 points, which is a game changer in terms of getting that ITA for permanent residency. For example, let's say your CRS score is 143, but you get a provincial nomination. That score jumps to 743, which is exactly the cutoff for today's draw. So, with the PNP, even if you don't have the highest scores, your chances of getting invited to apply for PR go up dramatically. How does Express Entry draw work? Now, if you're still not sure how Express Entry draws work, let's clear that up. Express Entry is a points-based system that manages applications for permanent residency under 3 federal immigration programs: the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Skilled Trades Program, and the Canadian Experience Class. Here's how it works. 1. Create a profile. Candidates create an online profile, and based on factors like work experience, education, language ability, English/French, and age, they get a CRS score. 2. Enter the pool. Once you've submitted your profile, you enter the Express Entry pool. 3. Draws. The IRCC conducts regular draws and selects the highest scoring candidates to apply for permanent residency. 4. Receive an ITA. If you're selected in the draw, you receive an invitation to apply, ITA, for permanent residency. From there, you can submit your complete application and, if approved, get your PR status. Final thoughts. Alright guys, that's a wrap on the latest Express Entry news. With 1,613 ITAs issued in today's draw under the Provincial Nominee Program, it's clear that IRCC is continuing to focus on meeting Canada's regional labor market needs. If you're a PNP candidate, this is great news because you now know that CRS cutoffs for these kinds of draws are quite high. However, with targeted draws continuing throughout the year, it's definitely possible for other candidates to get invited too. So, what do you think? Are you in the PNP pool? Or maybe you're targeting one of the other Express Entry pathways? Let me know in the comments below. I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching our video. Please hit the button and subscribe the channel.